So here's one of our moulds. It's nice and cool. So we're going to pop these little bad boys out. Look, it's like popping out ice cubes. Faith, do you want to have a go? Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to
Sam's Kitchen with a touch of faith.
With a Touch of Faith. That's right, and we're here today. What are we going to make today, Faith?
Cinder toffee.
Cinder toffee. It is a great gift to give away at Christmas, so we thought, why not? And it only needs 3 ingredients. So Faith, what are those 3 ingredients?
300 grams of caster sugar.
Here we go.
150 grams of golden syrup. 1.5 teaspoons of carbonate soda. Thermometer and 20 centimetre baking tray.
That's right, so we'll get the baking tray in a second and you get your bits together and then we will join you again in a minute. So friends, grab yourself a saucepan. Fairly deep one because when we put the bicarbonate soda in with the sugar, it's going to get quite risen and you don't want it to overflow your pan. Faith, what do we need?
150 grams of golden syrup.
Oh, what's that?
Now we need to do 300 grams of caster sugar.
Now we need to put this onto the heat and just maybe like a medium, low to medium heat to melt down the sugar together. And then we'll show you the next step in a minute. So now, we just got this on a low heat and we're gonna let this melt down a little bit. Give it a stir every now and then. So this is where it's starting to see a bit of magic. We've got a little bit of melting going on here. So what you wanna start doing now is just let it be. A little stir, then just let it be. It's all mixed in and then just watch as it starts to bubble up. Now resist the temptation to stir at this point. You just want it all to bubble up. Just leave it to bubble. So you can see here, put the thermometer in. We're at 118 degrees there. What do you look at that, Faith? What do you think?
Good.
So what you do is you stick your thermometer in there. You can use a sugar thermometer or just a thermometer. We're just using the thermometer here. It's got at 120. We want it to 148, 149 degrees Celsius. So if you don't have a thermometer, you go by colour. And when it gets to a dark amber colour, and obviously you'll see when this reaches that colour, you'll be able to see it on the screen here and sort of measure it that way, but a thermometer just helps. So you can see here we're getting up there that the colour's changing. We're at 133, got to get to 149 or 148. Okay, we're there, 148, 149, off it comes. And now what we want to do is to move quite quickly here. We've got 1.5 teaspoons of bicarbonate soda. Tip that in, and then watch what happens now. And it starts to foam up, which is why you need a nice big pan. Make sure you get every bit mixed in. Look at that. And when you're satisfied that's all done, we've got some moulds here, so we're going to pour these into our moulds. Got some real nice Christmas moulds that we're going to use. It's a bit messy, but it's going to be fun. So there you can see we've got our moulds full of cinder toffee. Now we need to wait for those to cool. So whilst our cinder toffee is cooling, it's time for that touch of faith moment. And today we're going to talk about Christmas, of course, because it's a Christmas special. So Faith, tell me, why do you love Christmas?
Because I like the snow and I like presents and I like cinder toffee.
They're 3 great things. I love Christmas trees. I love the Christmas lights. We love Christmas lights, don't we? We go out, I don't know about you, go looking for Christmas lights outside around the different houses. But I also really love the fact that everyone seems to be quite happy at this time of year. But why do we make all this fuss? What is the big reason that we make, we spend all this money on gifts, food, and why we are making cinder toffee to give away?
Because God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have an everlasting life.
That's right, Faith. That is our touch of faith moment today. Because God so loved you that he emptied the treasury of heaven for you. And we celebrate at Christmas and we do all these brilliant things, but the reason behind it is because of the response we have to the lavish love that God has for us. The greatest expression of love is to give, and God gave his best for you and for me. And so at Christmas, The greatest expression we can give to other people is to love them, is to give to them. So as you think about who to give your cinder toffee to or those other gifts, but particularly when we're doing this cinder toffee, think first about how much God has given for you. That's what this whole celebration is about. When we know how much God has loved us and what he's done for us, that is what enables us to go and give with a good heart, with a big heart, and to not need to have anything in return. We need to know first how much God loved us so we can love others with that same love. So when you're giving that cinder toffee away this week, this Christmas, just think about how much he loves you first. And I think now is about time to go and check on that cinder toffee and see if it is all ready to eat. But first, we're going to dip it in some chocolate. Make it a bit like a crunchie bar, hey?
Yee.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So here's one of our molds. Nice and cool. So we're going to pop these little bad boys out. Look. Come. Look at that. It's like popping out ice cubes, Faith. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah. I do this one.
Yeah, cool. Now what you do, so we've got those, and then the next step is to dip them in chocolate. And if you don't have molds, then a big lump of cinder toffee will be perfect. You can just smash it up into lots of little chunks, big chunks, little chunks. But we've got these lovely little people and a few other cut-offs. You can just cover in chocolate, and then we're going to bag them up. We'll show you some bags we're going to use in a minute. We're going to bag them up with the rest of our molds and then give them as gifts to our neighbours and our friends and family at Christmas. So here are some cut-offs. Here are some, we've got a star there. We've got, what else we got? We've got Santa, look. It's going to be great. So what you want to do is you want to box those up whilst you get on with the rest of your jobs, because otherwise the liquid, the moisture in the air will get into your toffee and it'll make it all sticky. So here we have a bowl of boiling, well, we need to simmer that water. Let's turn it down a little bit. I prefer to put it over water because otherwise you can burn it in the microwave sometimes.
No, I don't.
You want to do that? What?
I don't want to burn it.
No, we don't want to burn it, so we're putting it over the simmering water.
I think I'm gonna do a Santa, maybe.
Right, what you want to do now is you want to get some cinder toffee and dip it into the chocolate. So you're just dipping half of them in.
Can't eat it.
Don't touch the hot stuff though. We can put little chunks in like that.
Can I
And just cover those if you want. So here we have the finished cinder toffee here. We have covered it in chocolate, we've got some white ones, we've got some lumps. And Bella's here, Sammy's here, do a little taste test. I think that's a bit big for her. Do you want to try this piece?
No, that.
This one?
No, that.
Which one?
That.
Okay, you want to bite that one? I don't think you'll be able to. Try again. Big bite. Oh, yeah. Literally like a crunchie, that's so good.
Yum, yum.
Yum, yum. Then you can put them in a little bag like this.
Santa.
Maybe a Santa. Get a bit of ribbon. So there you go, you got a fancy little bow there. And then that is a perfect little treat to give to your neighbours or your mummy or your daddy. That's all we've got time for. Don't forget, when you're giving out this chocolate, these treats, just remember that we give because God first gave to us. He gave us Jesus, so that's why we're celebrating at Christmas with all these brilliant things we get to do and the things we get given and enjoy ourselves. So, should we say bye, kids? Say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a Merry